Hello, welcome back, Sherlock Holmes, chapter 1.
Murder! Beasts!
Slaughtering out here. We're gonna investigate. Let's go inside.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
Yep, so we're in the refugee camp trying to find this lady who is a victim, who may know more, she's a witness, and may know more about the murder of our one guy, our artist, Mercurio.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office, and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure.
I don't know if it is.
Thank you,
There's been a lot of
Inspector.
murders lately. And who is this dead man?
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity.
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Okay, and was there anyone else?
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Don't need to.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
I fully believe that. Hey, John.
What a pleasant man this Mr. Tewkesbury is. Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Yeah.
Clearly a left handprint here.
Stumbled. Yep.
A blood trail leading to a furrow in the ground.
Oops.
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
There was a scuffle. Someone got injured.
Someone bled profusely here.
They stumbled towards the canal.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
Barefoot.
A man's footprint.
Size 10. A refugee?
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
This is their kitchen, isn't it? Oh. There's where they fished him out.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here.
It's definitely a knife. Well, just yank it out.
A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something?
Is this the limping guy?
Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
Yeah.
You know, Sherry, it's dawned on me to not clown around with knives anymore.
There are a lot of knife murders, aren't there?
If they find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Okay, so I'm not great at this. Camp lockdown. Old sleuth. Oh, Jackson office. No. Take refugees out. Money. Public eye. Hysteria. Low salary. Okay. Let's try that again. Sorry, it wasn't me.
If they find out about the passage, everything.
What's the passage for? Public eye. Hysteria. Money. Jackson office. Old sleuth. Camp lockdown. Okay, I'm getting better. What's going on at the refugee camp? Police officers are worried of the situation with the dead body and put the camp into strict lockdown and they'll lose the money flow they were earning from their scheme.
Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly. Such a mess. Let's figure it out. Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
I uphold the law, so I'm not answering your questions.
I get it.
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Mondays?
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
Yeah, because they use the wimple. What is it called?
Soaked with salt water.
Yo, this dude's our culprit. There's no way he's not.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
Is he attacking her?
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
Did you get a good
It might
bonking?
have been used as an improvised weapon. No hint of blood or impact.
Defense.
Someone was dragged against their will.
The woman.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
Oh.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain...
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place?
A lot of quests here. Okay. Let's help with the first aid. Excuse me, sir. Pen.
I'll use it to create a solution.
Perfect.
It won't do any good.
Okay, figured I would check.
That will kill, not save him.
Okay, let's not use that then.
Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound. I'm afraid these leaves can only be added to tea. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've plated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Which... Okay. A lot of side quests in this one. So... 2... Right, so I need 4 and then 8. Wait. I need -4. So now I just need 4 here. Oh, wait, my math wasn't right. I need 6. Oh, as always, I'm making it too complicated. We'll start with the positives. Okay. Actually, what if we just reverse this to start out? Okay, so now I need -4 of the... Okay. And now let's use 2, I need 8. Did it again. Okay, so I keep... So I just need 4 more after that, but then it messes everything else up. So that's not right. see if I can get 4 more there, right? Okay, and then I need 3 more. But then I need 2 more of just this one. No, not right. I need 2 more of this one. Ah, my -5 threw me off. So this is the wrong side. I'm almost there though. So I need this to be a negative. So I need -7. Now I just need -2 more. Let me start with this, okay? And then I need 4 more, right? So now I just need 3 more. 2 more of that. No. I did it wrong again. I need negatives. But I need 8 more of this. Do this one instead then. And I just need 2 more. Right? I need -8 of that. So -3 more. This was maybe one of the harder ones. Start. So what I need is a negative and a positive. Okay. Then I'm going to need this. I need to add -4 and a +2. How does that work out then? Also need -1. Now I need -4 of that one, right? And I just need a -1 and a -2. No. Yeah. -1 and a 2. -1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. Where's 2? Oh, I literally forgot I can up and down things. Wait. I'm gonna stop. Okay, hold on. I could also multiply. I literally forgot. Okay. So if I get a -3 and a 1. So if I combine those two, that'll give me what I need. And I just need 1. And then literally just -1 blue. Okay, honestly that's good to know. If I just up one of those and down one of those, and then up one of those, I'm making it way too difficult. Jeez, okay. Actually, I need to down it. Oh my goodness. Please ignore past 10 minutes, where it took me forever to do that. Let's go help this guy. He didn't bleed out while I was trying to do this.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Good. Now this other one. A pin. Oh wait. Let's do this one. Unlikely that he
It's
came by
unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
phone. I believe that.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Tunnels.
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
Let's go check the front door. Maybe he wore a disguise or lied. Because I don't know who would get in that way, but it wouldn't be me. Dice. Wham. Well, alright. Is there another? way he could have gotten in the camp? Probably, but I can't find it because I haven't found the tunnels yet. So what we'll do is we'll come back to that one. Let's do this one first. Hostile, unfriendly. I don't have a cop outfit to change it to. Can't ask him. I don't want to trigger the next event because what if I can't come back? Oops. No. Way back here? I mean, I guess it's not that far, but... Dang.
West of Cordona. The treasures are...
Guess I could get the police uniform while I'm out here, actually. Still closed that way. To the east. Let's go buy that. I don't have it, right? I do, actually. Yay! Excuse me, I swam and I ended up by a checkpoint somehow. Don't know how that happened though.
You still here?
Question.
Your problem, not mine. Don't bother someone else with this, son. Don't bother someone else with this, son. Don't bother someone else with this, son.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
Is it?
Help me, please.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Could you help me?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Excuse me, just one question.
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Probably shouldn't ask one of them.
Do you know anything about this?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
This isn't working.
I'm pretty sure
You might need
do.
a different tack.
Huh. Okay. Change my wardrobe back. Yeah, I fully believe that. I'm trying to he could have snuck into the camp.
Back off.
Why not? Oh. Put my cop back on. See if that helps with him.
Is this familiar to you?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Okay. Okay. Probably 'cause you saw me change right into it, huh? Oh. Do you think that's why?
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
I did.
Back off.
Oh, why I didn't pin the right thing? That's why. That's why. It's a pinned.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Back off.
I hope I'm not making a grave mistake in trusting you, Mr. Holmes.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
May I ask you something?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Could you help me?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you
Probably.
just annoying these people on
Yeah, I'm just annoying him.
purpose?
Yeah.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall love it.
I guess let's pin.
It's
I don't know how he got into camp. It seems like, could he drop off the bridge? That's how I was contemplating getting into camp. I would never have got this.
A single Malpal butt. Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
Cool. Small detail that I'm terrible at finding. Thanks to you, Googleizer. All right. So he was just talking. Came down. I don't think the girl kicked him. Yeah, I think it was. I think he stumbled. Yeah. That looks right, according to that behind him. Yeah. This feels right. Protecting. I think dragging. Yeah. And then he came to protect him and he got stabbed. And then someone else came and he dropped her. And then he was running. And he fell. I think that's right.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Okay. Need to know. I'll probably have to talk to the refugees first, right?
You still here?
Yes.
Inspector, I believe I can aid your investigation. I know who the dead man is and what really happened here.
You do? Well, good for you. But I'm afraid I'm not the one you need to share your findings with. Speak to Mr. Harlow here. He's the one responsible for settling things in the camp.
You don't even care to listen?
Oh, I do care. Maybe even more than I need to. But I'm only here today to lock the place up, question witnesses, and file the facts. It's sad, but coming up with conclusions is not among my tasks here. You fellows at City Hall do that. Anyway,
Weird.
speak to the supervisor. I'll just stand by and listen to what you have to say.
Okay.
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, Well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer. You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Okay. Hey, I can ask about him now. Let me do this. Then let him out.
Help me, please.
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but the refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Then the refugees decided not to allow the women to be taken.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Yeah, I believe that. Okay. Pin.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
What about you? Do you know her?
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla, if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Hello, Nayla? My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people?
Christ, Sherlock.
Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending.
Am I?
A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Do you think she was abused multiple times?
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Okay. This man did not come here by chance. He is a very important thread of this case, and this tattoo might help me pull it. High-ranking officials, huh? Dang. They didn't want proof. British high-ranking officials.
Help me, please.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
You still here? Don't bother someone else with this, son.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. You know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or had, right?
Right. Exactly. Okay. So... let's leave. John, you look cute like that.
Is this... I just need to collect my thoughts, Sherry.
John, what's wrong?
Murder! Beasts!
Okay. Let's just go... let's try City Hall. Try there first. What is this? Question mark on my map. Can I go in? No. Is the new shop open? Hey. Something right here. What is it? Oh, I put it there by accident. Okay. What the heck is that? Alright, City Hall. Let's try. The district's Scaladio. Businesses. Legal documents? Yeah. Bernardotti Company Limited Summary. Established in 1873 by Niccolo Bernardotti. Main office is Southeast Scaladio, Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman. Just read that. Southeast Scalad. Bazaar. Near Roman. Okay. Bernardotti Company Limited ships goods between African business colonies and the rest of the United Kingdom, including Cordona. Imported products include food, wine, coffee, everyday goods, and more. Founder of the company is Mr. Niccolo Bernardotti, born in Sicilia, Italy. Mr. Bernardotti moved to London as a 39-year-old businessman. Later the same year, he moved his base of operations to Cordona. In his words, to be closer to the colonies he has business in. Since Mr. Bernardotti's arrival in Cordona in 1873, he has become a notable patron of the arts and an investor in Cordona's social well-being. Among his latest contributions is the purchasing of new equipment for the police station and aiding the governor in bringing an airship called Led Zeppelin across from Germany. God, this is so funny. British officials. Thomas Norton, born in 1840 in London, graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. In 1869, he started working at the Home Office as a secretary. In 1875, he took a position as a military commissioner in India. He was honored by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877. March 1, 1878, was appointed as the British envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in City Hall. All right. Talk to Thomas Norton. You talk to this lady, I bet you she knows.
Have you found anything helpful?
Well, I was kind of hoping. Oh, there he is. Sir Thomas Norton, I presume.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Oh, yeah? What business? He's tired. Yep. Oh. What does leave wine? Didn't sleep last night. He has no time to shave. Well worn, never removed. Order of the Bath ribbon. Stays at work late and has a red stain. A red wine stain on his wrist and unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. I don't think that's right. Order of the Bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean that he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. Order of the Bath is quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. The red stain on his wrist indicates he has recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled, barely bothers to shave, and his eyes indicate that he may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. Looks as if he lives within a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of his terrible memories of past mistakes. Yeah?
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be polite.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter?
Letter?
What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr...
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Well, go ahead.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
I want to know who's blackmailing
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment,
My profile was
I
incorrect.
hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
Yep, okay. So tell me what happened at
So,
the party.
let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity.
I don't care
I made a terrible mistake
how many
which I
drugs you
regret
have.
deeply.
You
You don't say.
do that to a
Do
person.
refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would
Damn.
never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
You're capable of it if you did it. Regardless of drugs.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I know
I
you
don't
didn't
believe
kill him.
people, I believe evidence.
It's an
Then
accident.
look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Oh.
Layla deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Well, that's my palace and stuff. I kind of want to give him the photograph. So we could help them out. Because turning him in won't do any good for them. Let me go here first. Bizarre near the crossing road. I'll be back. Southeastern. Bizarre road near the crossing with ramp. Bizarre road usually is a big one. Oh. Crossing of Roman. Oh, well, that's because I'm looking west, right? Bizarre road is there. Crossing with the Roman. So around this area. I'll come back to make my decision. I want to go here first. What's this?
A fresh newspaper?
Oh. Yeah.
I wish you pleasant reading.
Okay. So in this general region.
Are you able to help me?
I'd help you, friend, but I know nothing.
Okay. So it's beautiful at night. It's beautiful during the day too, but even more so at night, I feel like. This does look, yeah.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
We should find another way in. Absolutely. So maybe I could find a way around, but I think I went the incorrect way.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Ah, mate, I have to disappoint you. I know nothing.
What is this?
Nice find. It was well hidden, but no match for this dynamic duo.
Oh! Well, how neat. That was an accident. Oh! That police officer yeeted himself. Ooh, wait. I'm going way too far now. Okay. Hello.
This earthenware came a long way from the Staffordshire potteries.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
So many goods here. Let's find something illegal.
Excuse me, you just walk on your wares.
Porcelain friend for every child.
It's beautiful.
Shipped from Cape Town. The wine route from colony to colonies. An essential remedy against sea scourge on any ship. Bernadotte doesn't miss an opportunity to occupy every...
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hello.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
I'm here to discuss business with Mr. Bernadotte. I tried the front door, but...
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1.
Listen, the man Bernadotte sent to...
2.
Leave.
Well, this has been miserable.
Sherlock, think. We know what the fellows from the gang look like. You can easily blend in.
The second time Goliath was adopted, first owned by Theodore Gilden, the elephant snapped and killed his owner in a fortunate incident last week. Despite the best efforts of the victim's daughter to see the animal executed, Goliath was spared when philanthropist Fergus Taylor arranged for its collection. It is rumored Mr. Taylor already owns a female elephant, so Goliath ought to be pleased. That said, the vengeful Miss Gilden has now taken her case to court to see if justice is dealt and the creatures are executed. What a messed up lady. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. While I go find some appropriate clothing. It's a good clothing store. This one's right here, so let's go to this one.
Come, take a look at our clothes. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
Yes. Okay. Hold on.
Of course, think it over. Take your time.
Dang, I was hoping to find a description for the refugees. I was trying to see if Google gave me some advice on what they look like, but they're not gonna. But I'm also not looking too hard. So let me see if I can find like a refugee outfit.
The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
I need the tattoo is what I need. That's what I need. Okay. I think that's probably
perfect choice.
It's probably right. Let's go to Eastern Grand Surrey and then go north.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Then east. And then let's loop around. Oh. Well, good. Glad I found it. That's not where I was meaning to go, though. This way is meaning to go. And look like a thug.
Hey, stop. Who are you? Haven't seen you before.
Didn't see you either, mate. I'm John. Just shipped in from London. Cheap bastards had me sharing a bunk with 2 others.
Aye, that sounds like Bernadotte. Why are you here?
A problem at the refugee camp. I need to report to Mr. Bernadotte. The sooner the better.
I knew it
Good
was
at
only a matter of
accents.
time until those savages stirred up trouble. Go on, get inside.
Yeah.
You did it, Sherry. A full immersion into the criminal underworld.
Hee Did it. Got it.
The silver and treasure, mate. Loads of pirate gold buried somewhere around, just waiting to be found.
It's all right, there's no treasure.
But maybe there is. I just need to crack the bloody riddle.
Huh. You know what I would like? I definitely would have had to fight. Look at all this fight stuff. Okay, so I need to find Bernadotte.
Sherry, look! This seems familiar.
Is it the real one?
Let's see what's hidden there.
Oh.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Man.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa.
Good for you.
A Dogon statue from West Africa.
It's got a PP and boobies.
A century old at least. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
John, why are you flexing?
This marble fella. It's like it was made after my image. You see it?
I do. I do see it.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Many collectors and museums. There we go. John, you're killing me. In a good way. I love it.
Hello, friend. Tough day, eh?
Yeah. Tough day. Logistics. Oh, dang. The Led Zeppelin, huh? Hello. What about this one? Resources, no. Okay.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Accounting? I guess I could have worn that outfit that I already had.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. (1875). It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
Excuse me, Mr. Bernadotte is busy right now.
I'm sure he is. Uses sedatives. Good to know. Sales. Counting. Oh man, he was very nice. What's this one? Locked?
I don't know who you are, but someone will be punished for letting you in. First, let's talk.
Excuse me while I go around and investigate.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
To be fair, I did look around first. So always look at the eyes. This gang character is different. He's a leader. He doesn't shun dirty work. Happy Pellagra. What type of skin disease? Cold-blooded. He has a pistol. He's married. Niccolo Bernardotti is a harsh gang leader and calculated businessman, beams confidence and menace. True. Anticipates danger by keeping his gun near him, but holds it in the holster. Descends from working class, being raised in a poor family, he had to work in the fields from a young age. Hard work under the sun and bad nutrition led to suffering from pellagra. He overcame the disease, but its effects still show on his skin. Despite being financially comfortable now, he still distances himself from the high life, keeping his clothing and appearance kind of conservative. I believe that. Bernardotti and his men have different tattoos in the same style. Tattoos are probably a code that represent different ranks within a tightly structured and secretive criminal organization. I think he's a calculating mastermind. We'll see how that goes.
Niccolo Bernardotti, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. A clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
See this tattoo? Well, do you know...
Mr. Bernardotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident. One I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Yeah.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernardotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I need to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a reverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment.
Don't understand
and
why.
It is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Okay.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
It
And
is.
how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
True.
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing culture
John.
and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
I don't want to give him the photo.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home, outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Okay. Let's mine palace this. Okay. So here's where I make the big decision. Do I help Nayla and her child? Or do I help all refugees? Kind of leaning to all refugees. This is one of those moral decisions that talks about the basis of morality and the lesser evils or the greater goods, or the talk about how you would think about like the different like the argument with the politics of the communism versus, you know, all the other ones really, for the people or for the individual. So I think, like I said, I'm leaning towards the all refugees because they are victims of the system. It would help to benefit everyone, and benefiting everyone would benefit her. However, he did say he can't pay more attention to Nayla. It would just be like a general benefit. But if I give it to him and he blackmails, he can help Nayla and her baby, and the baby would live an amazing life. Nayla would get, I believe, would get ostracized because they're wondering why this woman, she's going to get ostracized from the white people because this is not the right era for someone to be moved up in life, in station, especially from refugee, as hated as they are, to being, as he said, a princess. Not a real princess, obviously, but treated like one. The baby would have a great life. Well, I mean, not great, because it would still be the same. But also the refugees would treat her differently. She wouldn't be able to interact with them. So I'm honestly leaning to this one. And then doing this so that he'll do the legislation. Why was that red, and why did it make that noise? Okay, that's it for both. I am going to go with this one. And then I'm going to leave.
I opened the front door for you. Please, sir, do not linger.
Thank you. And now I want to go to City Hall, right? Because he's in City Hall. Couldn't remember where he was. But I want to give it to him. Because I want to help the refugees. However, he could just not go on his word, right? Oh man, let me solve this in my normal clothes.
Have you thought it all through?
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Yeah.
I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Nayla.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word. Mr. Holmes.
Okay. So now I probably just need to go back and talk to... Yeah.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Why is this so creepy?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having
Also, I got a new
good
tattoo.
day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
He's dead.
Oh!
How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor.
What is
it belonged to your mother.
Oh! Oh yeah, what is it?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Okay.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear. I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
That was his hand. That was Mr. Vogel's hand. That's what like guys do to girls in like rom-coms.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Okay. Let's go home. Check out that thing that he has procured. How much money do I have? Home. And then we'll probably end it there. Hello?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Esteva, happy to make your acquaintance. I am here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Cordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
Okay.
You have my attention, Mr. Esteban.
Mark Ridley, the son of General Arthur Ridley, is being blackmailed.
Oh, blackmail.
Suffice to say, the compromising material is of a delicate nature. The matter is of
part
no
of that
small
party?
importance to the Crown, especially given the status quo on Cordona.
Status quo? Yeah, yeah.
What about the status quo?
The Ottoman population holds a certain animosity towards the colonial rule. It's been this way since we took over the island. General Ridley made concessions with their leaders, but I'm afraid we are still teetering on the edge of open hostility.
And what do you need me for?
What does Mycroft want me to do? Retrieve the blackmail material?
No, sir, nothing of the sort. Mark Ridley is meeting the blackmailer atop the old city bridge tower. You shall observe from a distance, then establish the blackmailer's identity. Do not attempt to arrest him. We'll handle it from there.
Saving the best for yourself? Fine.
There's a cafe just over the bridge that provides a good vantage point. Please report to me when you are done. I'll be waiting for you here, and remember, discretion is of the essence.
So I'll change out of my Sherlock outfit.
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
What is it? Oh, excuse me, John. What? A mermaid?
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Memory time. Dad was an archaeologist.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's
Sherlock.
True. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Man, this is pulling on my heartstrings. And I kind of love Sherlock. A little bit of love there. All right.
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
Let's go inside. I want to know where everything gets put. Oh, the rug. Everything is lovely. Yep, that's the painting. It does do stuff. My bedroom. How lovely. Mom's room. My bedroom was close to Mom's room. Love that. So the rug and the painting, and I could have swore I bought a room divider. Right? Did I buy that?
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Alright. I guess we'll stop there. The next time we come back, we're gonna look for... Oh, that one's upstairs. Okay. Oh. We might do another side quest. Either one of these two. Mycroft wants us to do stuff. That's probably what we'll do. Let's do Mycroft mission this next time. Maybe I'll try the bandits layer again. I'm still a little upset about it, but we'll try it next time. Maybe. New thing at the Corona Chronicle. And the Mycroft quests. Alright. What I might do too is just for the bandit lair is I'm going to try to do that. Actually, I think it's a good idea to do that off video so I don't have another video being as long as this one. This is almost a 2-hour video, so it's a little long for me. So we'll see you next time. Say bye, Sherlock. Gotta meet Mycroft today. And see you later. Bye!